Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. Now, I know it's been a hot minute since I've put out a video, but for those of you who follow my channel, follow some of my social media, you may know that I was at a tiny little event this past weekend called New York Comic Con. Just me and about 200,000 other people converged on the Javits Center all weekend long. It was a lot of fun. I took a ton of pictures, some video and stuff. I'm going to try to boil all that down into a video for you guys, hopefully later this week. It's going to take a while, so bear with me. It's going to take a while to go through all my stuff, put it together into something that I can share with you guys, but that is coming. However, in the meantime, as these things tend to happen, because I was so busy with that, there was some other stuff that happened over the last couple of days that I missed or didn't get a chance to really kind of comment on. So I wanted to put together a quick video and just go over a few of the other things that happened this weekend. And we're going to get to all of that right after this. Alright everyone, so once again, welcome back, and if this happens to be your first time checking out the channel, don't forget to click that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. Well, let's dive right in and let's talk about one of the bigger things that happened this past weekend, and that was the second round of pre-orders for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Alright, so that is right. This past Thursday, October 6th, iiRcade went up, put up the second round of pre-orders for Marvel vs. Capcom 2 so that people could get a chance to get access to this. Now, there's been a lot of debate on, is this it? Are there going to be more available, or was this your last chance to get it? So, as we go through this, let me know in the comments, did you get a chance to pick this one up, or are you waiting still to see if there's more later on down the road? Now, for myself, I will tell you, I happen to get very, very lucky, if you want to consider it that I was checking out Best Buy site the day before that, Wednesday, because I knew it wasn't going to be available Thursday through Sunday, and I caught it kind of at the right time when they had a couple up for pre-order again. So I jumped on it. I did pre-order Marvel vs. Capcom 2. It's still showing on Best Buy site as just pre-ordered, no ship date. So I don't know if this is something that's going to ship out to me in the next couple of weeks, or if I have to wait till December to get this. But I did get in on it. Now, what I want to do is I really want to throw this out to you guys in the comments because, again, I was a little busy this weekend, so I wasn't paying attention to a lot of what was going on. But what did you think of this second round of pre-orders? Now, my understanding from, checking in with some of the other guys and seeing some of their stuff is that the pre-order from iiRcade One Up themselves did last a lot longer than the first round. The first round they kind of sold out like in a couple of minutes. It seems like maybe they only had a handful, and then they gave the rest out to retailers like Walmart and Best Buy and all of them. Whereas this time, those pre-orders were available for a good hour and a half that you could get it directly from iiRcade One Up. Now, I don't know how long things lasted with retailers. I know most of them are saying sold out or coming soon or whatever again. But, what did you think? Did you think they did a better job this second time around than the first time around? Or are you still just really annoyed at the fact that this appears to be so limited in the first place? I mean, why aren't these just available for pre-order? Why aren't these just available and, they'll ship when they ship, like so many of their more recent cabinets? That's a whole nother discussion. I don't want to get into it on this because I have a lot of other stuff to cover. But certainly, feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comments on that. Now, I will say this. If you are still interested in Marvel vs. Capcom 2, there is at least one place that I know you can still get it. And this is a site a lot of you may be familiar with, because they're a fairly new iiRcade One Up partner, and they have been putting up a lot of these cabs lately. They're, I think, the official place for you to get the NFL team stools, and this is ShopHippo.com. Now, ShopHippo.com does have Marvel vs. Capcom 2 still up for pre-order with a December ship date. Does say limited quantities available, but they have had this out there for quite some time. So I don't know if they're one of the retailers that got the most of these cabs and they're just going to constantly have them available. But hey, look, if you can wait until mid-December or late December to get this, you could order it right now from Shop Hippo. Again, I ordered mine from Best Buy, but I have no clue when it's actually coming in. For all I know, it could be in this time frame in December anyway. Just have to wait and see. But if you missed out on the pre-orders and you still want one and you don't mind waiting a couple more months to get it, check out shophippo.com. You can still pre-order Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So that's it. I don't really want to spend a lot of time on Marvel vs. Capcom 2 because there are a couple other things that I wanted to touch on. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of this pre-order process? Did you get a chance to order one? Did you not order one? Or do you not care at all at this point? Are you so frustrated with all of the other stuff going on with Arcade 1-Up that you've sworn them off at this point? Let me know your thoughts below, all right? But let's move on, all right? Because I want to talk about the other big home arcade company, and that is iiRcade. And iiRcade had some announcements this weekend, too. So, iiRcade did announce not one, but 4 games coming to their platform, all from TAD Corporation. And they are Toki, Cabal, Blood Bros, and Heated Barrel. Now, again, the first one that is available right now for $9.99 on their system is this platformer Toki, where you play as a human who has been cursed and turned into a monkey who is trying to rescue his girlfriend. It's a fun old school arcade game. But again, they did announce 3 other titles that are going to be coming in the coming weeks, all from TAD Corporation. They are Cabal, Heated Barrel, and Blood Brothers. Again, all are going to retail for $9.99. Blood Brothers is scheduled to release later this month on October 14th, followed by Cabal on November 4th, and Heated Barrel on November 11th. All will be $9.99. So I have to say I'm pretty excited for some of these games. Toki, definitely not a favorite arcade game, but it is a fun one. So that's one to check out for sure. Cabal is one I've been looking forward to. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Cabal is a 2-player game where you play from like a third-person over-the-shoulder perspective with your 2 players, and you move around your little gun cursor, shooting at everything on the screen. Once you clear out the screen, you move out and on to the next one. It's a soldier military type game. You play as soldiers fighting against other military units. You can kind of destroy everything. You can destroy walls, tanks, shoot people, all kinds of stuff. It's a lot of fun, and it's what I'm definitely looking forward to. One interesting thing I want to know about Cabal before I move on to the others is that in the arcades, the original Cabal cabinet was a trackball game before they reissued it and changed it into a joystick game. So the fact that this is going to play with joysticks on the iiRcade is still very close to the original arcade. However, we all know that trackball accessories are coming to the iiRcade. So hopefully that is something that they can work out with this game, that they can get it to work with a trackball accessory, because I think that would be fantastic to be able to play it that way. Blood Bros is very similar. It's a similar concept where you play as multiple characters and moving around, shooting things on the screen, moving a cursor around. But it's more of a Western theme where one of you is a cowboy, the other is a Native American, and you battle against other people on screen, and then you move on to the next screen. So very similar play mechanic to Cabal. And then there is Heated Barrel, which is more of a side-scrolling game where you basically shoot at everything on the screen. It's kind of similar to a lot of shooters out there, but instead you play as a person moving around the screen and shooting at everything. Again, Western theme. I think there's a cowboy, there's a Native American, there's a Mexican character, and I forget what all of them are. I never really played that one. I wasn't familiar with that one in the arcade, just kind of looking it up. But what I do understand is that it actually came in a 4-player variant. The original, the one that's going to be on iiRcade, is going to be 2-player for now, but they did talk about the fact that they may upgrade it to be 4 players at some point, so that if you want to play it online with people, or if you have multiple iiRcades and you want to play it side by side, because they did announce that you're going to be able to link cabs together, that is something you'll be able to do with this game. So that is something cool to look forward to in the future from them. Now, all of them, I think, except for Heated Barrel, will have online leaderboards, and all 4 are going to be online play enabled from the start. So as soon as you get these games, you will be able to play them online with people. Now, Toki's a kind of a weird exception. Yes, it will be online play, but it is not a multiplayer game. You will be going back and forth, each playing one at a time, as you play with somebody online. Now, again, I forget with Toki, and I haven't had a chance to try it myself, whether or not that means you play till you die, then the next player goes, or you play till you get through whatever screen you're on, and then the next player goes. Regardless, it is kind of cool that all of these have been enabled for online play day one when they drop. So, look forward to those. Let me know what you think of these games. Again, Toki's kind of a very interesting one. I think people are going to enjoy that. Cabal's the one I'm looking forward to the most. It's the one I'm most familiar with. But Blood Bros and Heated Barrel both look really interesting too, so I'm kind of excited to see what those look like when they release. Let me know your thoughts. Are these ones that you're excited for? Did you pick up Toki yet, and what do you think? All right, let me know. All right, so moving on, we had yet another big announcement this past weekend, and that is the first of the new N64 games that are going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch Online is going to be releasing later this week. This is Pilot Wings 64. Now, Pilot Wings 64 was originally released in North America on September 29th, 1996. And in the game you play, it's an amateur flight simulator that was developed by Nintendo and Paradigm Simulations, published for the Nintendo 64. It was one of the first 3 launch titles for the N64 in Japan, and one of 2 launch titles in North America. So it is really cool that we're actually going to be getting one of the original N64 games coming to Nintendo Switch Online. And as you can see here, it is dropping October 13th, later this week. Now, one interesting thing to note about Pilot Wings 64, it does seem like they may have made some adjustments to the original game. Now, in the original game, when you were in the menu system, it kind of ran at a very smooth 60 frames per second. But when you were playing the game, it dropped down to 30 frames per second. It does look like they've kind of upgraded this, bumped it up so that the entire game runs at 60 frames per second. So it should be a lot smoother gameplay than the original. One interesting side effect of that may be how the countdown timers work, because the countdown timers did count down in milliseconds, so that may be a little odd as you're playing. But then again, the original was not quite right either, so we'll have to wait and see. But like I said, it does look like they may have bumped up the frame rate on this game to make it a smoother gameplay. What do you guys think about that? Do you like the fact that maybe they're trying to taking and adjusting some of these games to give them a little bit of quality of life improvements, make them look and play a little bit better than the original? Or would you rather they just slap these on there exactly as they were back in the day and you play them warts and all? Let me know your thoughts, but I think it's kind of cool that they've bumped up the frame rate on this and made it play better. Hopefully they can do the same when it comes to GoldenEye, and that game can just play silky smooth. I mean, that was always a fun game, but it was a little stuttery in parts, so if they can do the same with GoldenEye, I think that would be kind of neat too. But let me know your thoughts. So this is the first of the N64 games that is going to be dropping, and it's going to be dropping this Thursday, October 13th. We'll have to wait and see what comes next. My guess is they're going to stick to a similar schedule like they did in the past, where we're going to get one of these every month going forward until they run out of the ones that they announced recently. Let me know what you think. Is Pilot Wings 64 one of your favorites? I know I enjoyed it back on the N64 back in the day, and I'm looking forward to playing it again on my Switch. Alright, and finally, before I wrap this video up, I just want to touch base on one other thing that happened this weekend. And this is an article from NintendoEverything.com. Rumor, Atari 50th, the anniversary celebration game list leaked. So some of you may be aware that Atari is going to be putting out this new game later on this year called Atari 50th, the anniversary celebration. The point of this game is that it's going to include multiple old school games that you can play, in their original configuration, but also some different mashups of games, some remixes of games that you can play where, maybe a mix of Centipede and Asteroids gets put together and you can play that together. So it's going to be a really weird, kind of interesting, fun collection to celebrate Atari's 50th anniversary. I know it's something that I'm looking forward to seeing when it finally comes out. According to this article, the games that are going to be on it have leaked. So let's just kind of run down the games list real quick and see what games are supposed to be available on this 50th anniversary celebration. So now, according to this article, there are supposed to be over 100 games on this that range from arcade to the various Atari consoles, from the 2600 all the way up to the Jaguar. And here we go. Here is the list of the games that are supposed to be included on this collection. And starting with the arcade games, we have Akara, Asteroids, Asteroid Deluxe, Black Widow, Breakout, Centipede, Cloak and Dagger, Crystal Castles, Fire Truck, Food Fight, Gravatar, iRobot, Liberator, Lunar Lander, Major Havoc, Maze Invaders, Millipede, Missile Command, Pong, Quantum, Space Duel, Sprint 8, Super Breakout, Tempest, and Warlords. So 25 different arcade games that are going to be available in this collection. Moving on down, they are also going to include some of the Atari Reimagined games, including Haunted House, Neo Breakout, Quadratank, Sword Quest Airworld, VCTR, SCTR, don't know what that is, and Yar's Revenge Enhanced. Big Yar's Revenge fan, so it's going to be cool to see that reimagined game on this. For the Atari 800 computer, you've got Bounty Bob Strikes Back, Karens of Mars, Food Fight, and Miner 2049er. Moving on to their original console, the 2600, and wow, there's 40 games from that. 3D Tic-Tac-Toe, Adventure, Air Sea Battle, Asteroids, Basic Math, okay. Breakout, Canyon Bomber, Centipede, Combat 2, Crystal Castles, Dark Chambers, Demons and Diamonds, Dodge 'em, Fatal Run, Gravatar, Haunted House, Millipede, Miner 2049er, Missile Command, Outlaw, Quadron, Race 500, Real Sports Baseball, Real Sports Basketball, Real Sports Boxing, Real Sports Football, Real Sports Soccer, Real Sports Tennis, Real Sports Volleyball, Saboteur, Secret Quest, Solaris, Super Breakout, Surround, Sword Quest Earthworld, Sword Quest Fireworld, Sword Quest Waterworld, Warlords, and again, my favorite, Yar's Revenge. And then moving on to this, some of their other consoles. For the 5200, you've got Bounty Bob Strikes Back, Millipede, Missile Command, Star Raiders Plus, and Super Breakout. For the 7800, it's Asteroids, Basketball, Centipede, Dark Chambers, Fatal Run, Ninja Golf, Scrapyard Dogs. Touch Me, which is an Atari handheld. Don't know anything about that. Not going to go anywhere near the name of that game. And then finally, for the Atari Jaguar, you had Atari Cards Club Drive Cybermorph, Evolution Dino Dudes, Fight for Life Missile Command 3D, Lunar Pinball, Tempest 2000, Trevor McFur in the Crescent Galaxy, and on the links you had Basketball, Malibu Bikini Volleyball, Scrapyard Dogs, Super Asteroids and Missile Command, Turbo Sub, and Warbirds. Oh man, was that a mouthful, but what do you guys think? That is a lot of games to include in this game collection. Not to, not even to include the fact that there are going to be mashups of a lot of these games that you can play as well. So I'll tell you what, if this list is real, I am excited for this collection. I think this is going to be a really fun game. And if you are an Atari aficionado, if you have a lot of nostalgia for Atari like I do, this is going to be a fun collection to pick up. I'm looking forward to it when it releases later this year. Hopefully we will get a release date soon. I don't think we have one yet. If I missed that somehow, let me know in the comments below when this game is actually coming out. But hey, you know what? That's going to do it for now. I just wanted to catch up on some of the stuff that happened over this weekend that I wasn't able to talk about because I was at New York Comic Con. But let me know your guys' thoughts. What do you think? What were your thoughts on the pre-release for Marvel vs. Capcom 2? What do you think of the new games coming to iiRcade? Are you excited that Pilot Wings is going to be coming to Nintendo Switch Online from the Nintendo 64 collection? And what about this Atari 50th Anniversary collection? Is this something you're excited for? Are you planning on picking it up when it launches? Were you not sure about it, but now that you know what games are on it, you're definitely going to get it? Again, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, all right? That's going to do it for this video. I will be back again soon. I am working on a couple of videos. Like I said, I am working on a full-on New York Comic-Con video. I'm also planning on doing a video, a haul video, where I show you some of the stuff that I picked up at the con. I think you guys are going to like that. And definitely keep an eye out for that one because there's going to be something very special in that video. It's going to be happening probably within the next day or two. So keep an eye out for that one. I think you guys are going to like that one. All right. It's going to do it for now. I will see you guys again soon. I hope you guys have a great day. Take care.